Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Fortung. I'm the host of this podcast, Doers Within Emerging Markets. And I just want to share my experience with using Anchor so far. So when the pandemic started, I thought about starting a podcast. And the whole idea was to bring in some really amazing folks that are doing some great work in their respective industries within the emerging markets. And the Anchor platform really helped me get the word out there and also just make it a lot easier for me to invite the guest and just share the amazing experiences they've had and the amazing work they're doing in their respective industries within the emerging markets. So it's pretty fun. You don't even worry about the technical part of making a podcast. You actually just focus more on the content. And Anchor has done it really well for me. So I will highly encourage anybody who is trying to start a podcast to try to use. Just check out Anchor, and I think you won't regret it. I'm not a technical person, but if you listen to these episodes that I've been publishing so far, it seems like I know what the technical part of it, but Anchor helps you take care of the technical part, and you just focus on the content. So feel free to check it out. I highly encourage you. Won't regret it, and it's right there. You don't pay anything. So in times like this, I think starting a podcast and getting the word out there, irrespective of what you're doing, will be a really great experience. So thank you guys for listening to my episodes. Please check out Anchor, and you will have a great time. So cheers, guys, and see you guys next episode. Thanks.
Okay, so we are CoolSo. We are founded at February 2017.
Okay.
So we are just a little bit over 2 years old, and we are developing a human-machine computer interface.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jack, our founder, and was previously a researcher in a research institute in Taiwan. So he developed this technology, our core technology, and then he chose to spin off and start a company, and then we joined Garage Plus. So this is the rough outline. And is there anything specific you need to know?
So just to kind of give you background, I'm trying to understand in the startups in Taiwan, the opportunities that startups are trying to get into. I think what CoolSo is doing is pretty interesting, especially what they use for the technology. And so it's just get a general sense of what you guys are doing, why you guys are doing what you're doing, opportunities that you guys have had in terms of funding. If you guys can share that, if you guys have raised money, how you guys intend to raise money in the future. Whether you guys want to expand beyond Taiwan. So what is the future goals that you guys have in terms of funding, in terms of using your product to scale beyond what you guys are doing now in the next, let me say 5 to 10 years. Or let me say 3 to 5 years, if that makes sense.
Okay, got it. That's first of all, we're doing the gesture controller. We're using the smart source activity. We're sensing the muscle activity signal by our own technology, and it is depends on the hardware. So that's, I think, one of the main difference about CoolSo and the other startup company. I mean, that's a lot of the startup company is based on the service model or business model. Their innovations is not in the deep tech. Their innovation
Core technology.
Their innovation is not on the technology. Their innovation is on the business or service model. But CoolSo is based on our core technology innovation. So we're developing a new approach for sensing muscles, the biosignal. So we based on our own unique technology. And this kind of technology is depending on the hardware. So that's the other main difference with the other startup companies. We are based on our own hardware. A lot of because that's building hardware, especially in the United States or the Western world, is somebody thinks that is difficult. That a lot of men say the hardware is hard, but for our experience, because we are in Taiwan, in near Asia, a lot of the manufacturer and the developing hardware experience in Taiwan and in our society. So we are based on the hardware technology, and we think it is going well by the building hardware in Taiwan. For example, one of my friends, he doing a robot in Silicon Valley. Then in Silicon Valley, they spend a lot of time and money to building their hardware, especially what we said PCB board, print circuit board. And but building in PCB board in Taiwan, we just only need 30% time and 20% cost. We can build in the sensing. So I think that the main difference and the unique story about CoolSo is we are a hardware company, and our company should be based in Asia, and because Asia has a lot of the supporting system, the complex supporting system in Asia, and it's the speed and the cost is most efficiency, especially compared with in Silicon Valley. But I think the weak point about Taiwan, especially in a startup, I think that is on market size and on the market size, because the other company based on a service model or business model, they need a big enough market size for prove their concept about their new market business model or service models innovation. And sometimes because for example, like the WeChat is the SMS service in mainland China, but China's market is big enough, but so they can prove their idea and grows up in the mainland China market. But out of mainland China, because that's the WeChat is be optimized for fit the China's market customer and the marketers is optimal for China's market and optimal for optimized for China and China's market and customer. So if in the overseas market they are not doing good as Facebook or not good as Twitter. So I think that the service or the business model innovation company, I mean that companies based on service or business model innovation is difficult to grow up in Taiwan. But I think the basic technology is the same in the world. For example, like our customer is in some Japan company and some United States company that buy our module or buy our technology. That is not it's not as the service model innovation or business model innovation that we are easy to build in the overseas market.
Okay, which other makes sense. Okay, and in terms of so that's the product and the expansion phase. In terms of because talking to me and Jason, how do you guys get the initial funding to run your business from when you guys started to now? Is it through a grant application from the government, or did you guys have private investors that you guys reached out to and showed a term sheet
Okay.
you had to sign on? How was the?
That's the first time. That's the first money of the CoolSo technology is the investment by myself.
Okay.
Okay, and
So your own money.
Yeah, my own money. Yes,
Okay.
and my own money and the loan from the bank, and we are a lot of income. It's not income as we have a lot of this from government.
Government. Some government subsidiary.
Yeah.
Not
investment.
Not investment.
As their subsidiary.
Yeah.
It's like subsidiary, but yes, we
And
have a part of investment.
We also have some. We do have a bit of investment from government fund, certain fund, but most of them, but that is only a small part of our capital. Most of our money, but the government did provide through different units. Like the Taipei city has its own subsidiary program, and the central government has its own program. There are quite a few programs that could provide you with some financial support, but they are mostly not investment related.
Okay.
And about the investment term sheet, yeah, we received the two investments is from the private company or by private investment.
Like angel.
Yeah, more like one is from angel and one is from VC.
Yeah.
VC. Okay.
Yeah, but the term sheets negotiated is yes. So sometimes is spend a lot of time and energy to doing that, and then I think that every time is different, and every investor is different. For example, our angel is they want they want the high percentage, but about the term, I mean the term sheet, because sometimes term sheet will have some term is for the preference share, but they just want a common share based by our angel, but they want a high percentage, but they want common share, and they offer their because our angel investor is one big company's CEO, investment by himself, but he offer his senior employee for our advisor, and I think it's really helpful. And they also offer their connection from the MIT in Cambridge, United States, and their connection from Japan. They offer their connection for me. So I think the common share and the high percentage, but they offer us a lot of the help and resource. I think this is durable. And our seed investor is VC, and he is the totally different situation. Is they want we negotiate very high, not very high, but a little bit high valuation, and so they have the low percentage about the share, but their term is a lot of the like anti-dilute and like the liquidation and anti-dilute, a lot of term in their investment term sheet, but they just get the very small share from our company. So I think every time is different, and we want to judge what my investor want and what
he make decision basically. It also depends on what they can offer.
What they can offer, because VC is only offer money.
Because our angel it is more like it is basically a sort of personal connection actually. So we are not actually for angel investor, we don't think this is ours is the norm. So the VC has more they have more requirement, and we have they are more complicated terms because it is strictly a business.
Yes.
VC is basically strictly business.
Yes.
But our angel is more like a partner.
Exactly. Well, that's interesting. So there's a combination of, and can you clarify? So you said there's a local Taipei funding.
Local Taipei funding.
We have some. It is that fund. We have a bit of fund that come from. I don't know if it belongs to. It probably belongs to the central government. This is not exactly Taipei City.
Central government. I think that because it's investment is a fund. The fund is from investment is from the central government.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not sure if the municipal governments in Taiwan actually do investment, but in Taiwan we have some fund. We have some government funds that could be. That is possible to it is possible to get them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. In terms of how do you and this is a kind of a personal question in terms of culture wise. So when you decided to do your startup and you being part of it, did your parents approve of it? I know culturally they can be
how do Taiwanese people view startup?
Exactly. From a personal level, from your
got it. I got your question because my parents also they run their own company.
Okay.
Now for my parents, they want sort of first when I tried, they own advertise company for the real estate in Taiwan, and now my father runs a company in mainland China is
real estate
company in mainland China. So because my father also has it's not started because real estate is very big money and need a big name. But they have they build their startups by themselves. So I think this I never discussed with my parents, and I never get money from my parents.
So you basically just inform that we are going.
Just basically inform. We want to do stuff.
So that is our case. We are all long-time friends, and my parents are also businessmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just tell them, I got this to do, and okay, sure, go and do it. But this is again. But in terms of culture, maybe we are not the norm. We don't think we are the norm.
Yeah. But Leo's father is owner a software company.
My father used to run a software company in Taiwan long time ago doing business intelligence. But right now my parents they are in China. My parents have a small factory there doing just home decoration stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So
downsize.
So it is small size because but so both of us came from a sort of business family background of this business, but that is not the case with I would say a lot of startups. So we are personally I don't think our case represents the normal situation in Taiwan.
But a lot of the Taiwanese people, because Taiwan has a lot of the middle small size business in Taiwan, a lot of middle size small business. So that is, I think, maybe the over half. Over half or over. Maybe over half
Taiwan has
business.
A very high percentage of small business.
Yeah.
So extremely high.
90%.
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. So we have an extremely high percentage compared. So, but actually, I think some of them would not approve of. Not necessarily all of them will
make it.
Will support this decision because startup nowadays in Taiwan is vastly different from starting a business in Taiwan like 30 years ago in the you probably know about golden age of Taiwan.
Yes.
But back then, it is quite the modern startup atmosphere or the culture is vastly different from those days. In those days, you just rent a tiny little space, get a few machines, and start doing producing basic like stuff. And you are boss. You are owner of enterprise.
Yes.
So this is vastly different, and
Yes.
But I think this kind of the structure is I guess is maybe different than Japan or Korean because I think that someone said that Korean over 70% GDP is from Samsung. So I think for example, if in Koreans, maybe a lot of the parent is working in a Samsung or this kind of the big enterprise. That's maybe the maybe different than in Taiwan. And that Taiwan has a lot of the parents. Maybe they own maybe a little store or maybe they own a little restaurant. I think this kind of the structure it is a little bit difficult if you want to explain and what you do for your parent and your parent maybe don't understand. But I think a lot of the parents or a lot of family in Taiwan, in their
at least understand the mindset.
Understanding the mindset,
and
they have this kind of the start memory, maybe in the parent or a grandparent.
Yeah, exactly. So I just came from South Korea to here.
I see.
And there was I was there, and to work in Samsung to work in a big corporation is the thing. They appreciate Samsung or Hyundai. That was something that they see as an achievement. For the startup world, it's a little bit to fail is a problem. Like failure is frowned upon severely. And when I talk to some of the entrepreneurs, they were like, my parents were high risk.
But
some left Samsung to start the companies, and it was a struggle to leave a company with structural stability and guarantee.
I believe.
The difference in culture, I can tell.
Yeah, and the struggle will always be there. We didn't have that much of struggle because, well, we weren't in like in a giant company. But
I working in the research institute. It's a government laboratory, and with not the salary is not.
It is basically a stable. It was basically a stable and reasonable job. So you can describe it as being reasonable salary.
Still reasonable.
That is what you get for being in a government institution.
Exactly.
So there are，台湾好像从什么联发科出来的也是有的。
Yeah, and our CTO is from MediaTek. It is the largest IC design house in Taiwan.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of I know a lot of the staff team, especially over half of the AI staff in Taipei or in Taiwan is from the MediaTek.
Okay.
And so that's I think the leave MediaTek and the owner staff has a lot of teams from MediaTek or a big company. I think MediaTek has a lot of staff from it and TSMC. TSMC, but
not as much.
Not
as many.
Not as many teams from TSMC because TSMC is a manufacturer team, and in the TSMC, I think
TSMC pay better.
Yeah,
literally the best, the highest, the most successful company in Taiwan.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what does TSMC do?
TSMC, that's the semiconductor manufacturer.
Oh, semiconductor.
TSMC, the TSMC, like maybe the largest
they are literally the
semiconductor
largest
manufacturing company in the world.
Or the Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Taiwan
like
is not-
Because they are probably one of the few companies in Taiwan that actually beat Samsung, and without doubt, and that is not many companies in Taiwan can claim that. Very few.
Very few.
So-
And like the Apple's controller is made by
The chip is made
the
by-
chip is made by TSMC. That as Apple, like we have a lot of company doing the manufacture, and they do this like the component, like a chip, or maybe like the shield or mechanism of the Apple, this kind of brand company.
Yeah.
So that's this kind of I think this is the other memory or social experience of Taiwanese is we find a position in a brand company supporting chain, and we build only one thing for the brand
Taiwan
company.
economy is highly dependent on Apple's supply chain. Like some stocks in Taiwan, company stocks are literally called like Apple stock or iPhone stock.
Yeah.
We literally so every year.
Not only for iPhone, iPad, for example, like like the others electronic product, like we have the 5 electronic company. They do the over 90% about the world's electronic products, OEM or ODM is made by.
Yeah, but the factory is mostly based in China, in Taiwan, because and then so you basically they take orders and produce in China. Maybe they are spreading their productivity to elsewhere in South Asia, as also from last year. But it's right now still a lot of portion of that in China, and then they export to the world.
But in Taiwan is we easy to explain. For example, like I do a key component for what product.
Okay.
So and it is. I think this is different than sometimes we listen the startup story like the Apple or HP. They have the full product, they own a brand. But in Taiwan, we easy to explain. We have the key component, and for a brand or for a commercial electronic system or product, it's still a good business. But I think it's easy to explain this kind of idea in Taiwan. We just do one component, and the component is also a good business.
A good business, exactly. So just elaborate more on the supply chain. So you said, so basically when you guys, when most of the production is done in China, do they outsource the work to Taiwan, or Taiwan just does?
Taiwan is basically the headquarters.
Headquarters.
But the actual production mostly done in China.
Yeah.
Due to trade war, I think some of them may have returned to Taiwan, but Taiwan is not going to be able to. It is impossible to move everything back to Taiwan.
Exactly.
So they may have moved some back, but
some back and
maybe some to
Southeast
Southeast Asia. At least that is what we have heard since last year. But the actual scale or percentage we don't really know for sure right now. But the idea, but still the idea basically remains the same. The headquarters in Taiwan, and satellite factories.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the most an extremely common business model in Taiwan.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
like our hardware engineer came from one of the electronic companies, and that's called Pekachong, which made laptops for many brands, Dell's or such. So Dell's and
Toshiba.
Okay.
So they're Dell and Toshiba, but all made by a Taiwan company in China. That's basically how Taiwan positions itself in the electronic supply chain.
Electronic supply chain. Wow. That's great to know. So I know this might be politically sensitive. So Taiwan and China, I know there's some political sensitive information in terms of, but you guys do.
You will get a lot of different you will get different answers depending on who you ask.
Yes.
For us,
for us, I hope for business is business. We hope.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's
we
what
hope. But sometimes we know
But we
business,
know
not
it is-
only business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
hope.
basically. So most of the people, I think, under maybe 40 or 50, would hope that Taiwan remains, perhaps, if not namely independent, at least pretty independent in actual practice.
Okay.
But you will still find some people that would believe in Chinese government. You will find actually plenty of them. Yeah. So this is somewhat, or maybe you can just say, very decisive topic in Taiwan because because it is difficult to, neither side could persuade each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But when it comes to business, you guys do business, right?
Yeah, we hope business.
We can, we don't mind doing, but as of now, we don't actually have business to do in China right now.
Yeah,
but that is
that's
when
right.
we don't particularly shun Chinese business, but we feel there are some risks involved in when you do business with China, so we have to be extra careful.
Okay.
Not that we don't want to, but there are different concerns, both politically and economically. We are also worried about future Chinese economy development. And as you know, for example, like we don't really want to. There are some Taiwan startups that will go and have a space set in China, but we currently we are not planning to do that in the foreseeable future, because first of all, you may come across a certain loyalty check. The Chinese government will check your background. They will check your information. It is not openly spoken, but everybody with some sense knows that. So you don't really know if one day you are going to fail that test. And if fail, you will already be too late. And the Chinese, you cannot. The direct problem is that, yes, you cannot transfer money from China away from. Money simply doesn't leave China very easily.
Yes.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
So most of the Taiwanese companies receive the payment in Taiwan and send whatever they need to China, unless they are looking into Chinese domestic market. Otherwise, all export companies receive their money in Taiwan for this reason. So if we have a Chinese domestic market, we actually are not certain if we can get the money away from China.
Yeah.
But that is not to say we will totally move away from Chinese market. But we just have some concerns.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to be different concerns.
Because like Taiwanese are particularly sensitive to many issues in China. That is, and which European or Americans probably are not as sensitive. So Taiwanese company businessmen are particularly sensitive to various issues. Perhaps almost like a Chinese speak. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I think so. Last summer I was in China. I hear the opposite. Different.
Yeah.
And thanks for sharing. I think that's it's good to understand.
But you will also find Taiwanese entrepreneurs that will embrace China. You will find people with very different opinion from us.
Yeah.
But for some people, it might be more profitable to stick to China, but
Yeah,
it is just not our business type.
Yeah, one of my friend is building a service system for for events cash flow and for events they build a service system. That's because today I host an event and I want to take some ticket money and they build a system to make make the customers join my event and pay payment online. And they have the online ticket to the customer and then for our my employees just may check their online ticket by our cell phone and they have the payment and they follow the payment system for event. They build this kind of company and doing very well in mainland China. So I think this is what I say, like the service models, the innovation is need the big market to boost up, and he do very good in mainland China. I think that's because mainland China is naturally fit for his business. Yeah. But for us, that's because we are basing on the technology, and especially based on the hardware technology. So sometimes we concerned about if we too early to go to mainland China market. I mean we have not very mature about our products.
There's also the problem of cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity and the information, the intellectual property security.
The United States right now is arguing with China. But Taiwan is not at the position to argue with China. Yeah, United States can argue with China, and China will listen to them. But China will never listen to Taiwan about any complaints. It is literally not going to happen.
Especially for intellectual property, because sometimes as we listened a lot of stories into the China market, and there grows out a lot of copycat in the China market. So yeah, this is one of our concerns is we based on the technology. So we want to join the intellectual property system is more mature business.
Because it is literally not possible to realistically not possible to make such legal complaints or any kinds of complaint in China for a small startup in Taiwan and hope a positive result. It is literally realistically not achievable.
I guess even like the Foxconns could not.
Foxconn, we don't know, maybe, but for a startup or just even a normal company, it just won't work. It doesn't. You might have. They may say, yeah, you could legally do it, maybe, but realistically, it will not work in your favor.
That is, and it's tough. It's tough. But this is great. In terms of employees, how many of you guys are in your team?
5 employees, 4 times in our team.
But include us.
So
the entire team is 5.
5. Okay. And is that, do you guys plan to scale to hire more people in the future?
We may scale a bit, but not super big. We may scale
because we define ourselves as a technology company. A technology company, we focus on one technology, and maybe it's the one component for big system. So it's maybe like the design house. So I think that we may not be very big, but it depends. It depends our market is feedback, and marketing and
So in terms of, so where do you guys actually get most of your sales? Like, who are your primary customers now for your product?
Our primary customer is game company, and that's especially I just doing the OEMs from the Nintendo or Sony. It's kind of because such as I said, Taiwan has a lot of the OEMs supporting trend. A lot of local Taiwan companies doing the OEM for a brand. So that's
actually it's a connection that they are also looking for possible solutions, possible new stuff to introduce to their client.
That's we directly connection to some car company. They using our solutions to building the future cars electronic controller, and but basically it's for game and for or the other OEM company or the cars company. And right now, I want to build up business in the smart glass because our controller is based on the
pretty small, and actually right now it's smaller than this watch.
This is based on the wristband, and using the wristband to make a controller. I think this is for the smart glass or augmented reality device. I think it's more reasonable and intuitive than have a controller on the hand. So maybe that's our first mass production is in the smart glass market.
The smart glass market. That's pretty cool. Is it possible for me to see a product?
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I think I've learned so much from both of you guys.
Thank you very much
for this.
I mean that's we are. I mean every startup and every people is unique. So that's this is our own opinion.
Everyone is basic individual case.
Exactly. No, make sure that. But thank you guys for sharing and
thank you
for giving your time. I really appreciate it.
That's all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And did you want to see our product?
Yeah, definitely. I think. And if you mind if we take a picture together on the outside?
Of course.
From